There we go. Right, fine. Carry on, as you were. I've decided to do a sizing video because I think sizing is something we do really well at FRAHM, and also because it's the question we get asked most about in customer services and online and social media and stuff like that. I think you guys really worry about sizing. I know that it's an obsession of mine. You want something that's really comfortable, that makes you look good, that you are not disappointed in. And that's something that I have thought about really intensely before I even started a clothing company, really, because sizing has always bothered me. I used to be one of those really skinny, athletic 20-somethings, and I'm not anymore. I'm much bigger than I used to be, and sizing's become trickier, and I've morphed into different shapes and sizes, and I think that's probably something you're very familiar with. And something else you're probably familiar with is that sizing isn't consistent between brands, or even between the clothing within a brand. And that's a frustration that really, really drives me a bit mental, actually, because there's no need for that. Why isn't the same size? If you find a brand, why can't you get it the same every time? I buy t-shirts from the same company at the moment, and I never know what I'm going to get. I don't even know why I buy it from them, actually. Maybe I should change. So a lot of what I think about in terms of frustration is born out of, in terms of sizing, is born out of frustration. And also, it should just be part of the package. You should be able to always get a great fit as far as possible. Some people will always be outliers. I'll talk about that in a second. So what I want to do is do a guide to sizing, why people do sizing a certain way within certain businesses, why we do sizing a certain way, the lengths we go to, and how you can size yourself and get a good result. And I will try and do that in a perfunctory and orderly manner. Right, so consistency is really important to us if it's not important to other people. There's no reason why the size for each jacket shouldn't be the same. The reason it's often not the same is because people make different stuff at different factories. Let's call them brands, not people. People just work for the brands. And because they're trying to save money, they're not checking and double checking that the sizing is the same between that place over there and that place over there. So you just get different results, and it just gets sent out. We do not send stuff out like that. We check it and we check it and we push factories and we make certain that things gel, because why wouldn't you? And it still drives me crazy that I still find this. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it just means you'll do better business and have more customers and they'll stay with you. Okay, so there is no standardized sizing system for clothing. A large in one brand is different from a large in another brand. It might be an XL in another brand or a medium in another brand. I am a triple XL in some Italian cycling clothing, and I'm a medium in more American brands. So it's really important when you're choosing FRAHM sizing or any other sizing not to think, I'm a large in them, I'll be a large in them. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. The really important thing for you to know is your chest size. I've jumped ahead on my notes, which I've got here, and I'm definitely not reading off. It's quite hard as well because I have horrific handwriting. So, going back to my notes, we cut for movement as well. So it's all very well having something that fits you, but you can't move your arms or do anything. And for me, the test of a good jacket is being able to exercise. Walk, climb, literally do a pull-up, a press-up or something. You're really putting a lot of strain on the shoulders, armpits, can you articulate? And you will look at something like the original utility field jacket, which was my first design, that literally has articulation in it. We've built pleats and designed so that it moves, so that it has levers. And I'm not aware of many other brands. I can't think of a brand that does that. So I'm very proud of that. We also don't size things for fashion. So fashion is basically skinny person straight down, whereas most people aren't like that. And you don't live life like that. So we cut with room for manoeuvre, room for layers. Now the problem there is if you cut like that and you don't do it right, it just looks flumpy and it doesn't look like it's the right size for you. So therefore we use tailoring and great fabrics and construction. So something can look really good and still give you room to manoeuvre if it drapes really well, if it has clean lines. You look at the designs that I do, they're all very clean, crisp lines. You don't want something that's all soft and squishy and sort of morphs around you. And so we seem to have got away with the trick of something looking really good on a skinny person and quite a chunky person, or they're wearing a jumper or not wearing a jumper, and it still looks as good. There is a limit to that. You have a 2-inch or a 5 centimetre area, which is your size, 40 to 42 inch for a large, for me, 42, 44, XL, etc. If you see a brand with a 4-inch width in its sizing, that is wrong. They are taking the mick out of you. Okay, they're taking you for granted. There is no sensible reason to have a 4-inch width on sizing, except to save money. Quite a small amount of money, I might add. If you're a big brand, they are taking the piss out of you if they're doing a 4-inch size. If you see that brand, don't buy from that brand. They don't care about you. It's a statement. They don't give a monkeys. It's a thing that really, really bothers me. Most brands do 2-inch gaps. It makes sense. If you go really, really tight, there's no room for manoeuvre. 2 inches, just so. Okay. Reading my notes. So we really, really think about fit. It goes backwards and forwards. We're always thinking, I have fitted thousands of men. I'm always thinking about different kinds of shapes. I have seen thousands of garments on thousands of men. I have talked personally to them. I've live chatted with so many people. I don't do customer service and fitting anymore because I'm too busy and I'm a managing director or whatever. But we're constantly looking at the sizing. We're constantly having conversations about your conversations and what comes up, and are making adjustments and little tweaks so that you have something that really, really works, because it's in our interest that it's in your interest. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so our sizing runs from small to quadruple XL, and it used to be that we only did XXL, and we've increased that as we got bigger because we can afford to make more sizes, because we're making more jackets. Factories don't like making lots of sizes. And when you're really, really small, you're saying, please, Mr. Great Factory, please make lots of great stuff for us. And they go, well, you're not very big, you're not spending very much money, so you can have 5 sizes. And now we're like, look, we really want to have more sizes, so we've got to 9. 7 sizes across the scale, and then 2 sets of tall sizes, large tall and XL tall, because some guys are really tall. If you're 6'1", you're not really tall for us. 6'1", you can wear a normal size. But if you're 6'9", you're definitely really tall. You want a tall size. If there's a size that you have tried from us and it doesn't fit you, which is really rare now because that's a lot of sizes, we want to know about it. Tell us, because I will react. That's why we have quadruple XL now, which goes to 53-inch chest, because there's demand. And you know what? It keeps selling out. So maybe we'll have another one soon. But it doesn't happen unless you request it. So please do, because we do listen. The thing about tall guys and big guys is, what about the shorter guys? Well, I'm 5'11", but I have loads of friends who have short arms and short bodies, and we talk to lots of people who are short. And so what we do now is we do free alterations. The dog is barking. Lily, shut up! I'm doing a video. Right. Lily, no, you never bark. Not now. Okay, so we will do sleeve alterations if you are short. We won't alter anything else. We won't tweak anything else. We don't feel we need to. It costs a lot for us to do alterations. It goes to an amazing tailor in Bath, but we will take sleeve length off most of our jackets. Some jackets can't be tailored. Waterproof generally can't because they're seam sealed. But for instance, this moleskin, if you have shorter arms, we can sort that out for you. But we do ask that you get the jacket first. Then, easiest thing is just have a photo of you, a selfie, or someone takes a photo of you with your arms by your sides, and I will literally look at where your sleeve is on your hand or your wrist, and then we'll work it out from there. So that option is there for you. You can't add to a jacket, but you can subtract. Right. So here's the important bit. If you want to get the right size, you need to get your chest measurement. Did I put my tape measure here? Yes, I did. Okay, you may not have a tape measure. Don't worry, we've got a solution for that. And you don't want to wear a moleskin jacket. You want to wear a t-shirt or just the slimmest thing you can, because that will make a difference to your sizing. And all you do is you measure just under your armpits, untensed. This isn't a vanity exercise. You just need to measure. Now that happens to measure 44 on me. I'm actually a 42. So it's added 2 inches just wearing this moleskin. It's really important you wear as fewer layers as possible. Once you know your size, you look at the chart. online. The chart is next to the price on the product, or you can go to our size info where I talk about stuff, or you can just live chat us. Live chat's a really easy, quick, friendly way to discuss sizing. We're tall nerves. And that, for most people, is that. Chest defines your skeleton size. It defines how much fat or muscle you have on you. There's not a lot to change from that, except if you're short or tall. Tall, I would say, is anything above 6'3", 6'4", and short is below 5'8", 5'7". Otherwise, if you sit within that band between about 5'7" and 6'3", just a normal size, we're absolutely fine. Build makes a difference. We sometimes talk to people who do bodybuilding, very big shoulders. We can give you advice on that, or guys who are particularly chunky, we can talk about that. But generally speaking, almost everyone fits in that size because we built it, we tailored it to work like that. Okay, height build. Yes. So we do 9 sizes. Why not do a size for everyone? I have tall, small, tall, and quadruple XL tall. First of all, we don't feel it's necessary. Very, very, very few people would have a 53-inch chest and be 6'9". But they might exist, so that's why we want to know. And the fact is, economically, we can't afford to do that. I mean, just imagine, we don't make that many jackets. We go to a factory and say, please make 15 sizes. Well, we're just doing one of each. It will drive people crazy, and then we've got to add it all to the website. So, yeah, there is some limits to that. Yeah, if you want to contact us, email, phone, live chat. Best thing is live chat. Leonie works during the week. She's my mum-in-law. She's dead friendly. She's been trained by me. She knows loads. And then we've got other guys on evenings and weekends. And if you catch us outside, I think it's 9 to 9 most days, then we'll get back to you really quickly. Most people live chatters, and almost everyone who's concerned about sizing live chatters. And I tell you what, the rate of people returning things because of size once they've talked to us is incredibly low, because we know what we're doing. I think, I hope. I made that funny noise and now I can't talk. I don't even know what that means. Oh yeah, so what I was going to say was, if you don't believe how good our size fit is, just look at our reviews. And also look at the fact that we don't have much stock. If we constantly had stock, it's because people are constantly sending their stuff back saying, oh, it doesn't fit. We have a really low returns rate, as long as you talk to us if you're unsure. So the reviews talk about the fit and how amazing it is, and I can't believe it. I've been looking for a jacket and it never quite worked for me, and then suddenly I had a FRAHM jacket and it worked. So take store in those. They're unedited, they're really good. And the other thing is, our customers, once they buy a FRAHM jacket, they stick with a FRAHM jacket, and they keep buying FRAHM jackets. Keep buying the same size, because FRAHM jackets are consistent. Please don't get a large in this and a small in this, and you don't need to do that. Once you've sorted out your FRAHM size, FRAHM is your size. So there you go. I hope that's helpful. You can grab me on social media, grab the guys in live chat. If you have a direct question for me, you can go through customer services and it always ends up coming to me. But those guys are really, really good. I train them for hours in this stuff, about the garments, about the sizing, about all the different scenarios. So I think we really go the extra mile with this. And I hope that was reasonably interesting. See you later.